You realize that this customer is a problem. This customer is going to be a problem. You see the signs. The last thing you do is do it again. Hi, everybody. This is Elisa. And the question to you today is, do you have problem customers? Some customers that just end up costing you time, money, and stress. And especially on Etsy, when they take you out of your realm of things that you're used to doing and they request you to do something special for them outside of your normal expertise. Well, that tends to happen to me a lot. And today I'm going to talk about how you handle that, why you should not step out of your box. Sometimes it's okay, but not all the time. And the warning signs to look out for when you suspect you're going to have a problem customer. Okay, let's get into it. But first, I hope you don't mind. I'm going to be making a shirt while we talk about this because, unlike some other people who might be talking to you about the issues and things that are going on the platforms, and in this case, we're going to talk about Etsy. I am an actual worker. I am working every single day in my business, and I also work on my business. So I may have a different perspective than somebody who might be just say sitting behind a desk because I am actually physically working. So I'm dealing with these issues on a daily basis. So I want to talk to you about an issue that I just had with a customer. Okay. So, first of all, the customer, let me turn this around so that we can get a better view because I do got to make this. Okay. One sec. Okay. So, as many of you might know, or some who are new here don't know, I specialize in children's clothing, namely little girls' outfits. But on occasion, probably every other day, I'll get a customer asking me if I can make something for them, something for their spouse, something for maybe their son. And I'm specifically a girl's designer. One sec. Let's turn this more this way. I'm trying to get you straight here. Okay. So I've been making girls' clothes for the last 17 plus years. I've been doing girls' items. So I rarely ever step outside of my box of expertise because, first of all, I know better. And the second thing is, I don't stock things that aren't for girls. My stock is actually just for girls, and I don't carry adult clothing. I don't carry boys' clothing. I don't carry men's clothing. And what I mean by that is, I don't carry the stock to make these items because you got to have a lot of stock if you're going to get your items out in a fair amount of time and you're going to be productive. So I typically buy a lot of merchandise so that I have it on hand right here in my warehouse and where I'm working. So I just don't carry these other items because it's not something that I make on a daily basis. Let me try this again. Okay. I'm just hoping y'all can see me good. Okay. So you want to see my shirt? Do you guys want to see my shirt? Here it is. Let me point this down. Ah, so that's what I'm making right there. Okay. So, as I was saying, I don't stock merchandise that doesn't pertain to girls, typically ages 3 to 12. So, a lot of times I'll get requests from parents asking me if I can make products for the sibling or products for them to wear to the child's event. And typically, I will do that and say, hey, I don't carry that product. So, unfortunately, I can't make that for you because I don't have the materials and I don't have the blanks for it. But, lately on Etsy, it's been very, very slow. And you got to do what you got to do. So, this last week, I made an exception and I actually made this exception on 2 occasions this week, which is very, very rare for me. But in hard times, you do what you got to do. So there was a lady, and she had asked me to make an outfit for her daughter. And of course, she wanted a matching shirt for herself. So, because I don't carry these items, the only thing I could do was to advise her that if she wanted to go to like a Michael's or a Hobby Lobby, then she will be able to try on the shirts that they have there. You'll have to try on either a Gildan brand or Next Level brand. And once you're there and you figure out your size, go ahead and message me back and let me know what size you wear. And then I will go ahead and make the shirt for you. So, of course, within a couple hours, she messages me and just says, "Oh, I'm fine with a women's small." So I drove myself to Hobby Lobby. I drove myself to Michael's. It was almost Halloween. And so there weren't any black shirts. It was really hard to get the shirt because of the holiday. So the first thing that going outside of my comfort zone cost me was time. I had to drive almost 5 miles away to get to a Michael's. And then I had to go and I had to look at the Hobby Lobby and see if I could find the shirt. Now, I couldn't find anything at Hobby Lobby, so I went to Michael's. And here's the bag. I went to Michael's and here's the receipt. So So that costs me time and it costs me money because I have a whole warehouse here from my manufacturer filled with blanks that I buy wholesale. But now I've got to go to the store and buy a shirt retail. And at that, I have to buy an adult shirt because I don't carry adult clothing. So therefore, I get the shirt, I come back here, and I proceed to make the shirt. I had already made the child shirt and I had then made the mom shirt. I took a photo like I always do because, as I have said in my previous videos, it's really important that you take a picture after you're done with your wares and whatever you're making, send it to the customers. It can drive more sales for you. And usually, once they see it, they get excited and they want more. Now, let me give you the first hint that let me know this was going to be a problem customer. Give me 1 second. I have got to find a word and I pre-do my wording. You see these rolls? I pre-do these so that when I'm about to make the product, then all I have to do is grab it. I've already cut it and it's ready to go. So, the first problem and the first sign that you're going to have a problem customer is when they constantly message you over and over and over and over again. That is the first sign that this customer is going to be a problem. You can usually tell by the lining of questions. And so my spidey senses, as you would say, were already up because this person had asked me several different questions. I answered them several different times in several different ways, but the questions kept coming. So I thought, this isn't going to be good. That's your first sign. Then, after sending examples of my previous work of customers who have been gracious enough to send in photos. 1 second, I need something else. I'm trying to make this shirt, but I'm missing some words here. Of customers who have sent in um pictures of the finished goods and I said, "Hey, this is how it's going to look and don't worry, once the product is done, I'm going to send you a photo. Here's your sign." Well, can you send it before you ship it? So my response is no. I will send you a photo as a courtesy, but the photo is not for you to critique or for you to make changes or for you to redesign the outfit because you have a photo and now you think that you're going to have, reins over how I do this. It's going to look exactly like your child's shirt, but it's going to be an adult shirt and it's going to have the wording that you requested on it. The picture is just a courtesy. Once I send you a photo, that means that the outfit is completely ready and it's going to ship regardless. It's very important that you let people know that if you're sending pictures, because a lot of times people will want to micromanage you, and they will keep asking you questions, keep asking you to make changes and adjustments because they see a photo. So I wanted to make it very clear to this customer that the photo is only to let her know that the product is actually shipping, and that I'm not, marking it shipped and then it's going to take 2 weeks for me to actually make and ship it. The photo is just evidence that I have actually shipped your product. So, note to yourself, that's a very good way to build customer loyalty and to provide customer service is when you are done to provide a photograph. And also, the photograph really helps because if there's any trouble, you've already shown them the finished product before it's shipped. So, usually, I'll send it like an hour before I head out to the post office. So anyway, I told her no, that I would not be sending a photo for her to approve. It would just be for her to understand that the product is made. So I went ahead and sent the two photos out. Photo of her outfit, it's a little birthday girl, and a photo of her child's outfit. Um, Once the photo went out, here comes another question. Oh, I thought that came with the socks. Well, no, you didn't buy the socks. Well, I really need the socks and da 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 da. So I'm thinking, okay, I've already driven to Michael's. I've driven to Hobby Lobby, and this lady has asked me about 15, 20 questions already. And I'll just throw in a pair of socks. I'm just gonna toss the socks in there because, why not? Um, so anyway, I throw in the socks, take another photo with the socks, with the outfit, with her outfit. Um, she gets the photo. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. So about 3 days later, I get a message from this customer. And I'm going to see if I can find the message. But basically, it was to the effect of, oh, you know, I tried on my daughter's shirt and it actually fits better than my shirt. And so, therefore, I think that my shirt is too big. And then she proceeds to put the shirt on and send me a photo of the shirt on her, which it didn't fit her body properly. But remember what I had asked her before? I even made the shirt. I advised her that I do not carry adult clothes. I also, this is a name here, that name. I also told her that it would be best for her to go to Hobby Lobby or Michael's. I let her know the brand of shirt that I would be purchasing for her. And I said, please, make sure that this is the right size or fit before I purchase this shirt. I got a message from her saying, send me an adult small, which I did. I went and purchased that. And now I'm getting a message from this customer saying that the shirt doesn't fit her. She actually fits her daughter's shirt better. And what can I do about it? That right there is the kiss of death. And what are you going to do about it? When they start that, you're in big trouble. So I said, oh, wow, looks like the shirt does not fit well on your body type. You have to be very careful with your words. So I just said your body type. And mind you, she was a very thin woman. Um, but the shirt was just too big for her. And so I said, I did ask you, to go and try on the shirt before I made it. And, at this point, I've already ran around town trying to find the shirt and made the shirt. And so what do you suggest? How do you suggest we proceed? So I kind of threw the ball at her because I know what she's going to say. I mean, I've been doing this 17 years. Um, so she said, "Well, how about you give me a refund because I feel like I paid too much for this shirt." So that is the other sign to watch out for is when people start bringing up what they paid and this, and that. And actually, before she even said it in this message, she had said something prior about I want to buy a shirt for me. And I said, okay, just go ahead and purchase, another shirt in the same listing as your daughter's and just leave me a note saying that you want the adult. And then she had wrote me back and saying, oh my God, $48 for the shirt alone. That's too much. I can't afford that, but that's not your problem. But I can't afford that. And I said, okay, no problem. No pressure. Your daughter's outfit is almost ready. I'll get it out in the mail today. No, 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 but I want my shirt to come with hers to save on shipping. So whatever floats your boat. Okay. Um, so she went ahead and purchased the shirt, and maybe she didn't have time to go try it on. I have no idea. But, that should have been my first red flag when she started bringing up the money before she even purchased the second shirt. So she purchased the second shirt, and I made it. And mind you, I also threw in the socks. And once I finished the whole outfit, I sent photos. And so anyway, what the question I asked her was, "What do you suggest that we do? How do you want to proceed?" She asked for a refund. I'm just going to pull up the message so that I have the information that I need verbatim, okay? Because it got so bad with this customer that I had to block her. I also had to report this. And this is how doing something outside of your box, outside of your comfort zone, outside of your bucket of expertise, whatever you want to call it, can really backfire on you. So prior to um, her messaging me that there was an issue with her shirt, it was the weekend. And so over the weekend, I had received probably 4 to 6 messages from this customer trying to reach out to me about, there's an issue. And it was a weekend, so I was with my family. I think that weekend, probably one of very few, I wasn't working. So, I kept getting these messages and kept getting these messages. But mind you, before this even got to her, I was getting tons of messages. So, red flag was already up. And of course, I knew, okay, there's going to be an issue. So, I just kept responding that, hey, it is weekend and I will be back in the office during normal business hours, which is Monday through Friday. You can get back with me then, da 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 da. I responded almost like I was automated, right? So messages kept coming, they just kept coming in. So this was just not stopping with these messages. And let's look at the messages. So it says, your item, the problem you're having is your item is different from what's expected. Your ideal resolution is, and she marked refund. And then she also marked that she wanted preferred refund method to be in the original payment. Okay. So this is a note from this buyer. I'm very unhappy with my order. My daughter's shirt, the slime spots were not all the way down. Two of them are lifting. And I asked for slime splats on the lining. That is the other thing. When I was sending her photos of the previous customers and their photos, she was saying, "Oh, well, I don't want you to put slime on the ribbon. I want you to put slime on the actual mesh of the skirt." And I said, I can do that, but I just found that it's better that, I do it this way. But if that's what you're requesting, no problem. I'll adjust because I haven't started the outfit. And so, again, she had already nitpicked the pictures that I had sent when she was first conversing with me, asking me if I could make her an outfit. So that was another sign. So I think I've already given you a couple. It was the constant messaging. It was, I want to see the product before you ship it out. It was, make sure that you change out the slime on the skirts. It was, I know you don't make adult clothes, but I want da 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 da. And it was just constant messaging. So um, she's saying that I don't expect the whole amount to be refunded, but at least some, as it should be that it didn't come correct. Plus, the outfit was not cheap. Okay, here is the money issue again. So, when you have a customer bringing up money, I mean, bottom line is if you don't like the prices, just shop at a different Etsy shop. There's tons of sellers in everybody's price range. Yes, I admit my price is a little higher. My quality is better. I've been doing this 17 years. I have a track record. I have sold thousands and thousands of outfits on Etsy. I have over 4,000 plus positive reviews and 28,000 sales of this outfit, of these outfits that I make every single day. So, it says, the outfit was not cheap. Other than that, uh, the lady was nice to make me one to match, but I paid for and she did not make it correctly, and I'm also upset about that. And I think that I should have a refund on that. So she wants a refund on the adult shirt too. Okay. So now she wants a refund on both shirts. And this is, where the problem lies. And this is why you always stick to what you know and what you do. And you stick to your own set of rules for your business and your company. And yes, Etsy's been slow. Yes, Etsy's been hard. But my mistake that I don't want you to make was stepping out of what I normally do to try to make sure that I can make up some of that loss and, do something that I normally don't do, which was running to the store, which was buying a shirt retail, which was, working with an adult, which I typically don't do. So I made a lot of mistakes. And this is why you need to avoid these mistakes because desperate times call for desperate measures and it can go sideways. So then I got another message again. Hey, I'm coming to you respectfully, hoping that we can both understand each other on this situation. I understand that you do not sell adult t shirts. And I was thankful that you made me one to match my daughter. Okay. I had no problem with paying the price. That's not true because she brought that problem up way before I even made the shirt. Um, when I received the shirt, the lettering and the font were just too big, and the shirt is way too big for me, and I need it to be formatted differently. I'm upset because it doesn't look right on me when I put it on. And I reached out to you a few times and never got a response. Remember, it was a weekend. And finally, you asked if I wanted to, how I wanted to go about it. And I said I would like a new shirt made for myself. Okay. So let me tell you what happens. If you get a problem customer and you realize that this customer is a problem, this customer is going to be a problem, you see the signs, the last thing you do is do it again. You do not go, you do not make them something else. You cut it off right here, right now, and then. Okay. So when I asked you to make a new shirt, um, you decided not to do that and to refund my money. Absolutely, I refunded this money. You know why? I don't need the headache. It's way too much for me already. And so, why would I go back through these same steps? What do they call insanity? Is repeating the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Not going to happen. For me, it was worth losing the sale than to have to go through the problems that I was having, the constant messaging, the constant, contact and this and that. No way. So yes, I refunded this customer as soon as she said there's an issue. There you go. Money back. Thank you very much. Okay. Um, she said, I appreciate that since I had to find someone to make me a new shirt to match my daughter's outfit. Then I got to looking at my daughter's, which was beautiful. But um, she said Only the fact that I asked you if you could put some splats on the lining and you didn't even notice that some of the splats on her shirt were not fully connected. I got really upset over the whole situation. I'm not asking for a full refund, but I'm asking for at least $30 for my problems that I had with it. I need to keep the outfit for her party Saturday, and I can't find someone else to press the shirt again. I'm really hoping that you can be understanding, and I'm trying to reach out to you more than one time, and I had to wait 48 hours to open a case. So thank you. Okay, so I gave her the refund, and then she wanted more money. Now all of a sudden, there's a problem with the daughter's outfit too. Okay. Now, mind you, I make these outfits all the time. I think in one of the videos that I had shown you guys before, I was making an outfit, same actual outfit. I've been doing this every day for years, so I know if something's wrong. I'm not going to send out bad work. That's just not how I operate. You don't last in the business that long by doing shady stuff. That is why I let the customer know if you were unsatisfied with your shirt, which is what she had contacted me about. Here you go. Here's a refund. This outside of my realm, and I shouldn't have probably done it to begin with. So guess what? Keep the shirt. Do whatever you want with it. But the child's outfit, now that is my expertise. So now you're digging deep and you're punching low because I've already given you back 50 something dollars and now you're asking me for 30 more dollars. Now, that's where, we get into these situations. So I don't know what happened to all of the messages because it got so bad that I had to. So before that message came in, there were several messages threatening that if you don't respond to me, I'm going to leave you negative feedback. If you don't respond to me, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. So I had to reach out to the customer and say, listen, you cannot threaten a seller on Etsy that you are going to leave negative feedback if a seller doesn't give you a refund. You cannot do that. That is extortion. That is feedback extortion. It works both ways. If me as a seller tells a buyer, hey, change your feedback and I will then give you a refund or I will then do this or that. That's extortion on the seller's side. So if a buyer is threatening you with negative feedback, then that is cause for you to say these words right here in your message to the buyer. And I've had this happen several times, and this is Etsy's advice when we have live help. You say, I am asking you to please not contact me any further. Please do not contact me any further. If you put that in the messages and the buyer continues to harass you, continues to send you messages that are threatening, feedback extortion, I'm going to leave you negative if you don't do this, if you don't do that. I let this customer know, hey, you have threatened me, first of all. And I believe that's when I decided refund because, first of all, you're threatening me over feedback. So I got to get rid of you immediately. You're done. Do not contact me any longer. The messages kept coming and kept coming and kept coming. I'm talking this person probably sent me 6 to 8 messages more after I told her, do not contact me. Then I let the customer know, and this is what you need to do. I have requested that you stop contacting me and you're continuing to contact me and you're continuing to threaten me and you're continuing to try to extort me saying that you will leave negative feedback. That is against Etsy's terms of service and it may affect your actual refund that I sent you earlier. So I'd advise you to stop doing that. I also want to let you know, Miss Buyer, that Etsy can read all the messages here. So if they see that you are trying to extort a seller, this could reflect negatively on your account. Now, at that point, every message else that came through, I marked as spam. And I got so upset that I think she kept on and kept on that I responded back to her. Out of one of the 6 times, I said, "You know what? If you're that unhappy with your daughter's outfit, go ahead, send it back to me today. Send back the socks that I gave you for free today, and send back the shirt that I made for you that I've already refunded you today with a postmark on it, today's date." Dead silence. "Well, I need it for the party." "But you said that it was damaged. You said it was all these things, so now you're gonna use it? Send it back. I will give you all your money." "Well, I'm not gonna do that." So, the moral of the story here is that people will badger you. They will try to get things out of you. You've got to know the warning signs. You got to read between the lines. You got to watch stepping out of your comfort zone. You have to make sure that you stick to what you do best and you don't jump out of that to try to appease a customer because you end up in a situation where you're like me. Now I had to spend a couple days battling with this woman. I didn't have time to do that. It affected all my other work. It took up my time. I wasted time driving to try to get her the right thing when she didn't do it herself, or we would have known. I could have probably used a kid's shirt for you, different things like that. So it wasted my time. I lost the money for having to purchase the shirt. I then refunded the customer. I lost the shipping. And, lo and behold, the negative feedback hasn't come yet, but it may come. But I did let her know Etsy can read all of this, and everything you have said in here is extortion. And if you proceed to do what you said, which is give me negative feedback, you may want to expect some consequences too. So I just want to share that with you guys. Be careful what you do, stick to what you do, stick to your own rules. Don't go outside of your box if you're not comfortable doing it. And just learn from this mistake and learn the warning signs of a customer that's going to be a nightmare. All right. I'm Elisa. If you need more advice, go ahead and click below. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. If you want to learn about the business and Etsy and how to sell, watch a ton of my videos here, and I will help you as best I can to avoid mistakes, avoid lawsuits, avoid everything I've been through for the last 17 years trying to maneuver my way around these platforms. I'm Elisa, and this is Elisa Does Business, and thank you for watching.